So nobody wanted to join the live today. So I just wanted to make a video of it and post it so that you guys can watch it at your convenience. So today's live is going to be about nervous system regulation and why your body will not respond in midlife. So this is underrated. This is something that not a lot of people really understand, nor do they want to acknowledge it. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's just like, well, I can't slow down because I have all these things and all these people that need me. And yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of being a woman. And I feel like that's how God designed us. And that's why we are who we are, because we have been given this ability to care for others. And it can also be our downfall, literally. So like you can not, and I say this all the time, but it is real. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so your nervous system is bogged down because you are doing too much and not taking care of yourself enough. And it will literally put the brakes on you seeing results. And so that's why I'm doing this today, because it is something that I'm delving into more given my current situation, and my body is telling me I need to slow down. And I don't feel stressed. For the most part, I don't feel stressed, but my body doesn't know the difference between external and internal stressors and how I feel. Because a lot of times what we've done is conditioned ourselves to numb the pain. And so you just have figured out how to function on an overstimulated, wrecked nervous system when it's not healthy whatsoever. So, this is for the girls that still feel puffy, tired, stalled, snacky, or like your body is just, moving slower than your effort is showing. And, you're not failing, you're not broken, and you're not doing anything wrong. But in midlife, the nervous system piece matters more than ever. And so if we're going to ignore the fact that it needs attention, it's going to derail your progress, even when you're doing all of the right things. So here's a quick self-audit. Do any of these things sound like you? And if they do, your nervous system is going to need some support. Waking up between 2 and 3 a.m., struggling to fall back asleep, exhausted but wired at night. So you're so tired, but then when you go to bed, you can't fall asleep. Bloated or constipated. It's probably 90% of you. Belly puffiness, cravings at night, even when you had a good day on your diet. Feeling heavy, inflamed, or swollen. You're consistent with your diet and your workouts, but the scale isn't moving and your inches aren't dropping. And low motivation coupled with low recovery. This one's a huge one because you're not going to be motivated every single day. You're just not. That is not what we are designed for as humans. But if it continues to happen day after day after day after day, then there's a problem. There's something might need to be addressed. And if you're not recovering, so you're going 2, 3, 4 days and you're still sore from your workout, that also is an issue that we need to address, because if you're not recovering, that has something to do with your nervous system is being overloaded and your cortisol is probably higher than we want it to be. Now, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm saying it because I want you to stop blaming yourself. This is something everybody goes through, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're just go, 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 and you need to slow. So, why does nervous system regulation matter? Why is it so important? It will 100% derail your progress if we ignore it. And here's the tricky part. You might not feel stressed, which I talked about earlier. You might not feel anxious. You might not feel overwhelmed. You might even think you're totally fine. And that's most of us, There will be moments that you'll have those stress moments, but we're talking about like over time, like every single day. Like, I feel fine. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong with me. But you can be mentally calm and be physiologically stressed. And your body can be stressed from things that, don't even label as stress. So like inconsistent sleep, under eating, skipping meals, too much caffeine, overtraining or doing too much cardio, constantly rushing and doing too many things, running on adrenaline all day, being in a busy season, inflammation in your gut. This one's a huge one. I'm the gut lady. Hormone fluctuations. And guess what? Your body reads all of that as stress. We're not safe. And when your body isn't safe, it goes into protection mode. So it holds water, digestion slows down, your cravings go up, recovery gets worse, fat loss slows down, and belly fat becomes more stubborn. So if you're doing the plan, but you're feeling all of those symptoms that I talked about earlier, puffy, swollen, inflamed, snacky, and not recovering, don't automatically assume that you need less food and more cardio, because what you really need is to calm your nervous system down so your body can respond again. And doing more is going to backfire every single time in this phase. So a lot of women respond to stalls in their progress by doing more cardio and eating less. So increasing the workload on the body, because by definition, the only way to lose fat is in a caloric deficit. But the caveat to that is in a healthy body. So if you're 25 years old, yep, that's the way to get lean. But if you're 45 years old, totally the opposite. So when you do more, it tells your body we're in danger and we need to conserve. So it completely backfires and you end up with more cravings, more puffiness, and less progress. So what do we do instead? We keep it simple. So we go for consistency over perfection. I preach this every single day. Perfection is not possible. It is not possible, and it's not expected, and it's also what drives your nervous system into overdrive, because you are constantly stressed about doing everything perfect. And consistency works because it keeps your body safe. So you just do the same things over time as closely as you can, and that stacks up over time, and your body doesn't feel stressed because it likes routine and consistency. Number 2, meals are a nervous system tool. Food is fuel, so skipping meals is not just a nutrition issue, it is a stress signal. So you have your baseline goal of what you're supposed to eat every day. And, I give you guys a lot of leeway with that, so you don't have to be perfect every single day. You have options for your meals. You don't have to feel bored with your meals. You don't have to feel like you're deprived. You're eating enough food. So you get in those meals that are on your plan. You make sure that you do not undereat and skip meals, because that will lead to snacking at the end of the night and falling off your plan. Number 3, steps, not extra cardio. Every single one of you in here is on steps. And there may be a few of you that have a little bit of cardio in your plan, but that depends on where you're at in this phase. If you're in a metabolic restoration phase, we're not doing cardio. We're doing steps, because walking is one of the fastest ways to calm your nervous system and support digestion, not cardio. Cardio increases the stress on your nervous system and your body. And it only burns fat and calories at that moment in time. And walking increases your daily caloric expenditure without increasing your body's need for more food. So it's a win-win. It literally is the best way to get your body to feel safe and see progress without stressing it more. Number 4, lifting stays, but we don't do overkill. So we're not doing 5 workouts a week if life is chaotic. And, that's why everybody's plan is tailored to them and their lives. That's why I ask you on your new client questionnaire, how many days a week can you commit realistically to working out? Because that's what we want to do. This fits into your life, not the other way around. And when you overstress your body and overwork out, you're going to drive yourself into the ground and stop your progress. 5, sleep is the multiplier. Like, sleep is number 1. If you're not sleeping, you're not moving. And it doesn't have to be perfect sleep, but it has to be protected sleep. So you want to, cut out your caffeine, after 2 p.m. because if you have caffeine after 2 p.m., it's going to amplify your heart rate. It's going to amplify your adrenals. It's going to make you less likely to be able to calm down at the end of the night. You want to have a wind down routine. So no screens an hour before bed. And if you do, you need to get a pair of blue light blocking glasses because that helps your body know that it is time to calm down. That's why there's these special tints that we can put on our screens at night to mimic like the sun going down. There's a reason why we have a circadian rhythm, and that is because we are supposed to be awake during the day and calm at night. And so when you're running on all cylinders, having screen right before your bed, you're not gonna be able to fall asleep like you normally would. It's just not possible. That dopamine hits your brain and it keeps you awake. And so stop the scrolling. Try to keep your routine as consistent as possible. So, you wanna try to go to bed and wake up at the same time within an hour. I say within an hour because that's a great routine. So, I'm pretty religious about mine. I go to bed between 9:30 and 9:45, and I get up every single day between 7 and 7:30. And some days I sleep in, some days I don't. And if you can sleep in on the weekends to make up for your sleep debt, that is highly recommended because you will continue to heal and you will notice the more that you recover in your sleep, the better your body responds. Every single one of you have magnesium in your plan. It's there for a reason. It's there to calm you down. Magnesium glycinate is crucial to helping your body calm down. It is it's a relaxing supplement. And so everybody should be taking that about an hour or so before bed. You want to be in a cool, dark room. And I even sleep with an eye mask. So, you have to keep your conditions conducive to sleeping. If you have LED alarm clocks, if you keep your phone right by your head, those EMF waves can interact with your sleep and actually keep you awake and unable to get into that deep sleep and the REM sleep that you need to be in to recover. And if you're dealing with any of these issues, this is going to be a case-by-case basis on how we move forward. So I want you to reach out to me directly, talk about it with me in your check-in, because no, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. We are going to address the symptoms and the issues that you're having and pinpoint them one-on-one. So I'm not going to give you any advice on, the levels of reset or what you need to do because everybody is different. And I do address a lot of this with you in your check-ins if we talk about it. But if you haven't and you feel like you might be suffering from nervous system overload, reach out to me and we'll work through it together. So if this was a real live and other people would be on, I would open this up for question and answers, but nobody did. So it's okay. This is meant for just educational purposes to help you guys move through this phase of life better and easier and see better progress, So if you take one thing from this live, take this. A calm body is a responsive body. And your job is to keep it as simple as possible when navigating through this season. That's why I talk about just being consistent because it pays off in the long run. And, just allow yourself permission to calm down and to relax and to give yourself the love that you need, that you might not be getting from other people. And that's okay. It's okay for you to say, I need some time for myself. And again, if you need help navigating through this season, just feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help you. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend, and we will talk very soon.